Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dr. O with the Minority Health Report. Thank you for joining us today. I just did a video, I'll put a link right there, discussing diabetes and A1C. And today we have an even bigger problem to talk about. Thanks for stopping by. Let's get ready. All right, everyone. Pre-diabetes. In my last video, we mentioned that diabetes was affected about 36 million Americans, right? That's about 1 in 10 Americans. Pre-diabetes is even a much bigger problem. How big? Honestly, I would say diabetes is only the tip of the iceberg compared with the problem that is pre-diabetes. Why is pre-diabetes important? Well, when you become pre-diabetic, you're already on the slippery slope heading towards full-blown diabetic, right? Some people come to me and they say, well, I'm only pre-diabetic, it doesn't matter. That's not true. Let's talk about the size of the problem. 96 million Americans have pre-diabetes. 96 million. That's 3 times the size of the problem in diabetes. Of those that have pre-diabetes, a whole lot of them don't know that they have pre-diabetes. I believe the number is something like only 25% of the people with pre-diabetes actually know that they have it. So that's very concerning. Only a quarter of the people with pre-diabetes know that they have it. So if you don't know it, how are you going to solve the problem? And why is it even a problem? First, before we get into all of that, let's define it. Pre-diabetes. We already had a conversation previously that diabetes is defined as an A1C 6.5% or higher. Now, if you don't know what the A1C is, again, I would ask you to let's check our previous video to see where I went into details with that. So diabetes is defined as A1C of 6.5% or higher on 2 different occasions. A1C range between 5.7 and 6.4 is the pre-diabetic range. Now, again, to remind us, normal A1C is usually 5.4% or below. So pre-diabetes is defined as A1C between 5.7 and 6.4, and diabetes is 6.5% on 2 different occasions. That is the progression of the disease. All right? I hope that's clear. What is pre-diabetes and why does it matter? A lot of people with pre-diabetes slowly and eventually progress onto full-blown diabetic. What are the risk factors for pre-diabetes? These are the same risk factors for full-blown diabetic. Think about it this way. If diabetes is the monster, the pre-diabetes is the baby monster that will grow up into a full-blown monster eventually, right? That's a little dramatic, but that's a way of explaining. The biggest risk factors for pre-diabetes includes weight gain. The wider your waist circumference, the more at risk you are for diabetes and pre-diabetes. A sedentary lifestyle, especially in the modern age, if you sit at the computer all day long, if you don't get up and go, if you don't exercise, that is a risk factor for pre-diabetes and diabetes. A diet rich in junk food also is a risk factor for pre-diabetes. All kinds of junk food, including sodas and sweet drinks, right? These are the same factors that when they start little, eventually develop into full-blown diabetic. So again, if diabetes was the tip of the iceberg, pre-diabetes is a large chunk of ice underneath the surface that we are not seeing, and we need to be aware of that. What can you do for pre-diabetes if you have it? The first thing to do is at least to get diagnosed, right? Thankfully, I believe all insurance plans cover your A1C check during your annual physical. We can make sure to ask for our A1C to be checked as part of our physical, especially 1, if you're above age 40, and 2, if you already have a history of hypertension. Some insurance plans push back at running your A1C test with your annual physical, but you can ask your doctor at any time when you have risk factors to get your A1C checked. You have to know before you can address the problem. Prevention, prevention. An active lifestyle, regular exercise. I'm going to do a whole series on exercise, how much is good, what is expected, what is effective, and what have you. But an active lifestyle is essential. Regardless your starting weight, if you can lose 10% of your body weight, if you're overweight that is, that changes your internal physiology a whole lot in the right direction. Okay? So even if you had to lose 1,000 pounds, let's start with losing 10% of where you are at the moment. You don't have to lose all of your 1,000 pounds in one day. That is a problem that people have with weight loss. You look at the big mountain you have to climb and you think, I'm going to need to come down this mountain all in one day. We don't need to do that. Okay? When it comes to exercise and a healthy lifestyle, here's one trick that works. Get an accountability partner. Get an accountability partner. Somebody you can go to the gym with, somebody you can take a walk with in the evening, somebody that you can keep challenge and keep account of your calorie intake, how much exercise have you done today, and so on. I know recently it has been a craze where people with their Fitbits compete against each other, see who does more steps than the other person. These are simple, practical inputs to keep you accountable, keep you motivated, because you can have a friendly rivalry, right? I'm going to beat you today, you beat me yesterday, so I'm going to retaliate today, and so on and so forth. So prediabetes is a much larger problem than the diabetic population, because there's 96 million people with prediabetes, of which only about 25% is actually diagnosed. The total population of the diabetics are about 37 million people. Of course, diabetes is further down that track, right? But this is 96 million people on their way to join the ranks. And I don't want you to be one of those. All right? That is a short video for today. The short message for today: be healthy, keep moving. This is Dr. O with the Minority Health Report. If you like this video, please subscribe, please share with your friends. We always welcome your comments on our videos. Now the library is growing. Please interact with the video so we can rank high on our search engine. And thank you for stopping by. Stay healthy and God bless.